Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and so I'll be talking about a Xenophase blade build for the Bulwark class in Space Marine 2 past 12. Now the main idea behind this build is going for full damage on our power rake, so I'll be taking stuff like Forward Momentum and Merciless Resolve on top of using the newly buffed Xenophase blade. Now this weapon got a base damage buff just like the other balance options in past 12. It feels way better now, and the perk here, Ancient Technology, power rake waves are wider and deals 20% more damage, is already a pretty good option in the game already. The biggest benefit of this perk is that it also changes the vertical angle of your power rakes to more easily hit enemies like Neurothropes and Zoanthropes, which are some of the most annoying enemies in the game, so pretty good for that. Now, for the perk tree here, I do take the perk Armored Strength first. If you have armor remaining, melee damage increases by 10%, moving here into the perk Master of Offense. After switching the sword combat style, you will deal 20% more melee damage for 5 seconds. Cooldown is 10 seconds. Now, I talk about this on the power sword quite a bit. You can swap your stance in the middle of a lunge, and immediately after that, you can go into a lunging attack. And because of that, when you swap your stance out of that lunge, you are able to immediately go into a power rake with the 20% damage buff here, which is quite nice. Next perk here is Perpetual Strength, down here into Perpetual Strength for a 10% melee damage increase. Then I pick up the perk here, Tranquility, which gives you no knockback in Power Roll stance. This one is okay. I don't hate this perk by any means. It's just a little bit redundant at times because we do have no knockback elsewhere. Next perk here is Melee Onslaught for a 10% melee damage increase. Then I pick up the perk Hard Target. While performing a light combo, you will take 15% less range damage. This perk is pretty good, maybe a bit better on the other balance variants because they're a bit faster and can trigger those light attacks more easily, but still, sometimes it will help you out. Next perk here is a Cutting Edge. Power rake deals 50% more melee damage. I would definitely pick this one up on like any power sword in the game. I talk about it all the time, but especially on the Xenophase blade. Power rakes are like all you're going for on this thing 99% of the time, so definitely grab this one, and Reeling Blow kind of sucks. Next perk here is Extremis Slayer up here into the perk Majora Slayer. Then I pick up the perk Terminus Slayer, and the final perk is up to you with either Speed Restoration, Power Restoration, or Minora Slayer. They're both pretty good. I just prefer the power style one here because usually when I lose my CHP on this class, it's going to be from like a Minora Swarm or something, and usually using the power style against them anyways. And that's pretty much all there is for the Xenophase blade. Now for my secondary weapon, I do take a Heavy Bolt Pistol Ammo Reserve option on the Relic tier, mainly because I hate running out of ammo against Zoanthropes and Neurothropes, so having this one helps out that a ton. And for the perk tree here, it's pretty standard. I go down the bottom tree for Divine Might, Perpetual Penetration, Increased Capacity, Extended Magazine, and Death Strike. This one gives you a 25% damage buff after killing a Majoris or higher enemy in melee combat. This will also trigger off a melee finisher, so pretty easy to pull off, but if you swap off your weapon for any reason, you will lose the effect. But that really does not matter on a Bulwark because you have no primary option, so pretty good perk effect for you here. Next perk here is Great Might up into the perk Discipline. Then I grab the perk here, Strong Finish, into Headhunter, Gunstrike Reload, and the perk Tactical Precision because headshot damage is all that matters, and unfortunately body shot damage in Space Marine 2 sucks no matter what on the bolt options in the game, unless you're playing tactical with the Kraken Penetrator rounds. And that's pretty much all there is for the secondary here. Now for the Bulwark perk tree here, I do take the perk Forward Momentum first. After a Shield Bash, Shield Rush, or Thunder Hammer Pommel Smash, melee damage increases by 30% for 10 seconds. The main reason I take this perk over the perk here, Intimidating Aura, is that Intimidating Aura is so strong that it pretty much kills Majoris and enemies like that all on its own, to the point that you don't actually use your melee weapon as much as I actually want to on this build, so I do prefer this perk here for that reason. Next perk here is Scramble Targeting. If you are surrounded by 5 or more enemies, you take 25% less damage from range attacks. This is a great perk to have because range damage reduction in Space Marine 2 affects your armor, not only your HP, and the other options in this column are not very strong, and also being surrounded by 5 or more enemies in this game, that happens all the time. Next perk here is Steel Within. When your health is less than 50%, you will take 30% less health damage. This is an amazing perk on the Bulwark class because any damage reduction you have stacks incredibly well with him thanks to his 30% starting HP increase. I like this perk on pretty much every build. You could pick up Armor Reinforcement if you want. I just prefer this one for that damage reduction. Next perk here is Focus Restoration. Every 30 seconds, all team members automatically restore 1 armor segment. Getting 1 armor back every 30 seconds helps not only you, but also your squishiest teammates in the game like Tactical. This perk is super underrated at times because being able to have any amount of armor remaining will reduce all incoming melee damage to 0 even from bosses. Yeah, I know guys, I had to throw it in. But the point is that armor restoration in Space Marine 2 is a very strong effect, though I will say if you want to take advanced conditioning, you definitely can because this one is easier for newer players. Next perk here is Purity of of purpose, the banner deals damage over time to enemies in this area of effect. This is just the best perk in this column by far. It will wipe out Minoris. It will do significant damage to Majoris, Extremis, and even bosses. This is one of the best perks in the entire gear tree here, and the other two perks like Rapid Regeneration and the perk here Focus Strength kind of suck. Rapid Regeneration could be good, but a 10-second reduction, or excuse me, not even a 10-second reduction, reducing your banner to 10 seconds is cutting its uptime in half, which is god-awful. Definitely skip over this one, in my opinion. Next perk here is a Glory Shield. All team members in the banner's area of effect take 20% less damage, and the banner lasts 20% longer. A 20% damage reduction feels really good, and a 20% longer uptime on your banner also feels really good, especially if you combine it here with the perk Purity of Purpose, because you're getting more benefit out of this perk as well. Now, obviously, Invigorating Icon is a way better perk than Glory Shield, but Glory Shield is just more fun to play around with for me, mainly because it just means you get more banners, and more banners equals more fun on Bulwark when I'm playing around with this class. Next perk here is Immerse Resolve. After a Shield Bash, Shield Rush, or Thunder Hammer Pommel Smash, melee damage increases by 15%, and you don't lose troll heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. This is our main form of no knockback on this build. Just like any build doesn't take Armor Advance, so I pretty much always pick this up. And the final perk is Defensive Mastery to one-shot a Majoris or Extremis on a perfect parry or block every 90 seconds. And that's pretty much all there is for the main perk tree. And for the prestige perks here, I do take the perk Resilience first. Medicae Stims restore 40% more HP, moving here to the perk Overcharge. Held and charge attack damage increases by 20%. Now, this will buff up the power rake damage on your Xenophase blade, so you definitely want this perk. And to be honest, you just want this perk on like every Bulwark build ever, because charge and held attack damage, those are like 99% of the top tier attacks in this game on any weapon. Final perks here are Powerful Shot and Masterful Defense for ability charge being restored by 1% for every blocked range attack. This pretty much solves all of your cooldown issues, especially against Chaos, because a Soul Cannon Terminator with a minigun, they will pretty much refill your banner all on their own. And that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. Hopefully this gave you a better idea of how to run the Xenophase blade. This weapon is way better now than it was in patch 11. Maybe not like a god tier pick, but definitely improved. And if you want to watch me live to ask me questions about the game or just come hang out, you can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description alongside a link to my community Discord. And as always, guys, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Bye. Alright, I thought I was out of range for that. Apparently, I was not that. I was not out of range. I was actually very in range. I was hoping HP got robbed. It's okay. We're the bringer of judgment. We'll get him back for this. Right now, we'll do this. Wow, it actually just knocked me out of my banner. You're so cool. How did he get this cool? This is the coolest kid in the whole hive mind. Oh my god. Always one of those balls is gonna hit me. The gang is all here. The hive mind just like plays a Spider-Man one clip. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
Station has persisted
Can't believe I got like actually slapped out of my fucking banner range. It's actually funny. I find that quite humorous. If a bot Bulwark drops those banners to do anything, yes. This would be a basic banner. Justice has been brung. I don't think brung is the word. They should bring specific mutations to this game as bosses, like Old One Eye. That'd be cool. But I think the easier way to do that is just on a normal strategy modifier. I'm trying to take my mind back to what playing this game felt like when it first came out. Like, how much did I eat shit? How fun was it really? Pretty fun.
Captain Akaran, we are closing in on the waste reclamation center now. Good. The hive ships are moving into range of the capillary towers.
I feel like I gaslit myself into liking this game when it came out, though. I'm not gonna lie.
This place is perfect for an ambush. Watch for any signs of terrorists.
Have you been sleeping on this sword? Is this sword better than the Power Fist? Let me think about that for a second. Is the Xenophase blade better than the Power Fist? Well, the Power Fist one-shots that guy in front of me, and then one-shots the guy behind him, and the 5 guys behind that guy, and then also makes the rest tremble in fear. And this one will hit this guy and not kill him. But it will do damage. The answer is no. No, I believe the Power Fist is orders of magnitude better. This one looks cooler. Well, the answer was no. Yeah, listen, guys. I'll listen to PSA. Whenever the question is X weapon better than the Power Fist? The answer is no. It's just a straight up no. There is no weapon better than the Power Fist in Space Marine 2. It's just the best weapon. Anybody who tells you Power Fist is not the best weapon is wrong. Are there other good weapons? Absolutely. Are they as good as the Power Fist? No. Are there some that are situationally better? Sure. Are they overall better? No. Power Fist is just like that gun, really. Is Weapon X cooler than Power Fist? Now we're asking real questions. Ow, I should not. Oh, man. Power Fist just nukes everything. Yeah. The gun that... Who would have thought the gun that one-shots everything is, pretty strong. The Thunder Hammer, obviously. Thunder Hammer is actually one of the weapons that is situationally better than the Power Fist, though. So hold on. Like if you're fighting Chaos on Assault with a group, Thunder Hammer is better.
Precisely what I require.
Or at least equivalent.
It is too quiet. The system has been depowered. This whole system must be activated before we proceed.
A lot of guys.
Consoles. Fly the banners.
Ow. 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 I'm getting punched back into my shit. You son of a bitch. I just got like tossed down a flight of stairs back into my fucking shock baby. Any other class would be dead right there, by the way. Or any class of that damage reduction, definitely. Chill out. Holy. god! Oh. Napoleon Dynamite. Bringers of Judgment? Oh, you know it, brother. Playing a Dark Tide? I've been known to dabble in Tide of Dark, yes. How the fuck do you hit me, dude? We're in the circle. We're in the holy circle. I knew that would happen. I knew that would happen. I knew that. That's not a flub. I knew that would happen. Did I know that I would be able to get my HP back after? No, that was the fumble. The initial fumble is not shooting the red barrel. That was calculated. I knew that would happen, dude. You think I didn't think of that? Of course I thought of that. A Homelander reference. Calculated play, yes. We have all the calculations of a third grader who's failing math. Man, she hit me with a fucking Bramble endless rain spin today, I'm pretty sure this Bramble is just already here, though. Finally. Brothers, I'm very curious. What Bulwark melee is considered the better, the Power Fist or Sword? Let me think about that for a second. It's the Power Fist. FTG clanker alert? What do you mean? Clanker, dude. All zeros and ones. I'm gonna have to have you take Commander Poofy out back and do the old Inquisitor. I'm afraid. What was the mission that happened on? Yeah, we need to play you a Guardsman 5. Sword, sword looks sexy. Fist looks like it's from the dude from the scary movie. Hold on to my strong hand. That is pretty much, yeah. The fist is the best. It's definitely not the coolest. Definitely not my preferred weapon. Pretty boring, actually. Kind of sad, like the best weapon in the game is the most boring moveset. What was the enrage buff to you mathematically? I can find out for you. I don't remember the exact number. I do know who to ask though. But the Power Fist is a Nintendo Power Glove. It's so bad. The Wizard, you ever seen that movie? Good. Why is everyone spamming I use the hammer with the hammer emoji in chat? I too use a hammer. I think the block hammer is better than Bulwark in the balance one right now, though, to be real. Ooh, The Wizard. You never seen that? It's an old movie. An 80s movie. A relic. Well, the bosses are dead, it doesn't matter, but... We are the hammer. Actually, we're the shovel. For Kriegsman.
Be ready. Ammunition cache here.
Imagine if we get chapter passives, that'd be cool. That would be cool. They're not too into tabletop, but any thoughts on new with guard releases? I mean, I am into tabletop. I just haven't played that much. I pay attention to them. I like the new vehicles they had. Alright, well, you know. You win some, you lose some. Me, I've been losing so. Okay, well, never mind. There's a line there. I've been losing since birth, was the joke, but, I fumbled the line. Eat this, bitch. Every swing has extra aura now.
Another Xenophase bioform eliminated.
Oh, Mr. FTG only added Grey Knights emoji for your FTG membership. That's true. I can do that, actually. It's actually on the list of things. Emojis. There was a guy I hired once who robbed me. Well, actually didn't rob me, but he... not the most reliable. In terms of, like, the time frame I gave him. When all you have is a hammer, all your problems look like nails. This is true. Fine, you get banner. You get the banner. Congratulations. You're worthy. You're all worthy. This is the perfect time to showcase that you can just 360 block these things. You can't do that to a normal shot. You can't do it to a sniper shot for whatever reason. What difficulty is that? This is absolute. I said Necron playing. Oh hell, Dark Angels are green. Either way, this sword works. This is not a Dark Angel. This is a Bringer of Judgment. Deathwatch. Check yourself before you strike yourself, brother, on the drift check.
The Tyranids seem to know you're close. They are amassing at the fortress. Steel yourself, brothers. They will not stop us from activating the cannons, Captain.
What's up, Streamer Man? Is this the game where you crush the Tyranids form and protect humanity? It is something that's something you occasionally do, yes. It's a chapter, it's true. It is indeed a chapter. A successor chapter.
Stand firm. We will not be intimidated, brothers. The defensive cannons will terminate it.
And what is your judgment, Mr. Bringer of Judgment? FOV for consoles. That is what I will bring as mayor of Space Marine 2. Praise me. Yo yo.
Banner ready to deploy. Gun beast, take it down. No more surprises from this one. Elector has us in its sights. Destroy the spore mine.
Is there equipment regen on Bulwark you never checked? No, there's not. You can get equipment regen on secure stockpile as part of what makes it so strong.
Another Xenophase eliminated. Changing magazine. Kill that one. Summon aid. Exterminate the Tyranids.
Uma Dogen, give it tier 1.
These craven hive beasts can never triumph against us.
Dude, what the hell is going on? What in the helly? I just get to the finale?
too long. Fly the banners of the angelic host. Withstand this resplendent acceptance.
GG, the master of rhymes. No one's ever called me that before, but I'll accept. How's this game for a solo player? I mean, it's good. It's definitely not the way it's meant to be played. I don't even know why I do it anymore, to be honest. It's probably more entertaining in a lot of cases with other players. I mean, I like playing with my friends. But most of my friends hate this game, so there's that. And Mr. E won't play with me, ever. He also hates this game. But he's not using bigger icons to doing all that by killing the enemies and not dying.
We have found the control console for the cannons, Captain Akaran.
Defensive cannons active. Targeting system non-functional. Initializing secondary system.
Oh yes,
Alien
the
established.
secondary
All
system.
specs
Much
connected.
better than the first system.
Targeting system online. As you aim, the service
The Tyranids cannot stand against our attacks for long. Brothers, it retaliates. Keep clear of its foulness. More attacks like that, and this abomination of the land. The Tyranids cannot stand against our attack.
defense cannons depleted. Engage auxiliary generators to simplify.
Like, just in case there wasn't enough sludge on the spot, I just wanted to, like, fill it out there for you. Thanks, pal.
Engage the auxiliary generators and reawaken the cannons.
He's like, I know I left the spot for you to actually spin the generator. Let me fix that real quick. I'm debating between this, Road to Volsk, or Resident Evil 4. Well, Resident Evil 4 is on sale right now. The remake, I'm assuming you're talking about. They're both on sale, but like... Resident Evil 4 is not that expensive anyways. The other one. This game's also on sale. Again, in like a week, the prior sale.
Its deceptions end now. An elusive beast.
I love Vortex. I'm not Vortex. I love
The cannons are depleted.
I love Termination.
Energy from the generators. The Hierophant attacks. Defensive positions.
If you're a solo player 99% of the time, I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Just buy Resident Evil 4 Remake and you'll be way happier than playing solo in Space Marine 2. There's way more content in that game for a solo player. Also, it's a better game. I'm gonna be listen, I know I'm a Space Marine 2 tuber guy, content, whatever you want to call it, streamer. Resident Evil 4 Remake is a better game than this, straight up.
Generator is running.
If you're a solo player especially, because that game's built around that. There might be less content in there is definitely less content in this game or in Resident Evil 4 for like compared to the group content in this game if you're by yourself. My mechanic is 2. That's coming out pretty soon. I played the demo.
System link has been established. All specs connected.
Resident Evil 4 is a really good game. If you haven't played RE9 either, it's also a really good game. That's not on sale though. That just came out.
More attacks like that, and this up the high-revenge attacks. Defensive positions. Mind your positions. The turrets cannot stand against our attacks for long. Press the attack. This monstrous brothers. The cannons are depleted. Refill them with energy from the generators.
God, like actually shit falling everywhere. Hold on. It's time for a power whirl. Oh yes.
Another Xenophase form eliminated.
Engage the auxiliary generators and reawaken the cannons.
Always respect the Erased Devourer. Always respect them. That's why. That's one of the most damaging things in this whole game. Whatever like foolish thing in your head says tank it, don't ever listen to it.
The auxiliary generators shall nourish our cannons.
I could have used the sim. That's very greedy of me. It's literally all ranged, man. That's super fun.
Brothers, it retaliates. This generator is active. The cannons are ready.
You die? Yeah. God, I hate this shit, dude. They were not cooking with this finale. That was greedy of me, but now we have the thing. The greed is unreal, I know. It's greed sticking to me. I'll just take it, dude. 17 Devourer lashes.
The high-revenge attacks. Defensive positions. Maintain the space between you and our enemy's assault. Captain Akaran, the towers are vulnerable. Take the shot on those damn towers and unleash divine retribution.
It's free real estate, chat. So a few seats for a Thunderhawk. It's true. Alright, there we go.